I'm Tammy and I'm a barista, and I want to show you how to make cafe style coffee at home using a Moka Pot. So first things first, with your Moka Pot, it has 3 pieces. So first things first, you have this little piece right here. This is where your coffee is going to go. This bottom piece right here is the reservoir for your water. And this top piece is where the brew is going to go when it starts brewing. So, first things first, using a Moka Pot, you want to put coffee grounds that are a little bit coarser than what you would use for an espresso. And yes, I know that technically with the Moka Pot, it's supposed to be espresso styled type of coffee that you can make on the stove, but the grounds need to be a little bit coarser just because of the method of brewing and the way that the water pushes through it upwards. It makes your life a little easier. Now, you don't really want to pack the top. You want it to be level, but you don't want to pack it in. You don't want to tamp it in. And then for the bottom piece, a lot of people use room temperature water, but I definitely recommend to use hot water in the bottom, even boiling usually I use. So back there in the kettle, I have some hot water ready. Alrighty, now that we're moved over here to my stove, we're gonna take our kettle of very hot water and pour it into this little guy right here. And then we're gonna pour it to just below the little notch right in there. So I'm actually gonna put a little bit more. Just like that. Alright, and now we have our bottom reservoir filled with water. We're gonna take our espresso grounds, once again, just leveled out but not pressed in, loosely packed. And then we're gonna screw the top on. Alrighty, now that I have the top screwed on nice and snug, I'm gonna put it on my burner that's already preheated up to about medium to medium high. You can put it right there, right off center or on the center. And I recommend taking off the lid so you can see the coffee coming out. So the pressure from the bottom with the steam building up is kind of what the science is to how the coffee comes out the top. So you'll see in a couple minutes here that the coffee is going to start coming out of this little pyramid right in the middle and start filling this top reservoir. Alrighty, see how it's coming out the top right now? Alrighty, and now that you hear that little kind of gurgling noise and see that not a lot is coming out the top, you can go ahead and close this little bad boy up. So then you're going to run this bottom portion of the Greca underneath some cool water in the sink, like underneath the tap, just to stop the steaming process. Alrighty, now that we have our coffee set aside, nice and hot still, that's why I have on a tea towel, we're going to go ahead and fill a mason jar with some ice. And at this stage, I would add also, if you enjoy cinnamon, I add a little cinnamon right onto my ice. And about 2 pumps of whatever syrup you like. I'm using today this Mexican chocolate syrup that I found at TJ Maxx. I'm gonna put another half pump there. Alright. So, about 2 to 3 pumps of whatever your choice of syrup is, and some cinnamon right there on top of the ice. And then this stage is where you're gonna add your coffee right on top of that ice. And now you can add your lid on top. Go ahead and give it a good little shake so it gets nice and cold in there. Go ahead and pop off your lid. And now you can add whatever milk you choose. And I like to top it off with a little whipped cream. And to be extra fancy, if you have some chocolate laying around or whatnot, and if you have a zester, you can go ahead and just put some chocolate shavings right there, right on top of your coffee. Alrighty, and then there you have it. You have your own cafe style coffee right from home, however you want to make it, with whatever flavors you want to make it. I definitely recommend making your own little coffee setup at home, even if it's something just simple to start out. Moka pots are generally easy to access and easy to use, so I definitely think it's a really great at-home option that's underutilized. But anybody can make their own fancy at-home coffee, and you don't have to go out and spend $7 a day getting coffee, you know? I feel like it's a useful skill out there, and as a barista, I just want to share that coffee love.